Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Been a couple of questions, where there was a couple of questions on in my comments. I thought it'd be easier to answer here, and some of y'all might be, interested in the answer as well. So, first one was after I talked about all my facial injuries and whatever, and they wanted to know if I grew my beard to hide my scars. No, fortunately, there's not a whole lot of scarring. They actually peeled my face to do most of the work, and I have a scar here that was from the accident itself. It wasn't from surgery. Excuse me. So why did I grow a beard? When I was in the Air Force, I'd have to shave every morning, just like everybody does. And then before I was allowed back in for lunch, I always have to shave again. And then, of course, if I was going out, nobody likes that real razory, that stubble. So I'd shave again. So generally 3 times a day. When I finally got out, I was like, man, I've had to shave 3 times a day for almost 4 years. Okay, I got away with weekends, whatever. But, I was like, I'm not going to shave for 12 years. I think I did once in that time when my grandfather passed away. But other than that, and that wasn't really too long after I got out of service. So yeah, after that, it was like I got to 12 years. I was like, why start now? I've already got a beard, and so, yeah. It's not easy. A lot of people don't want to hire you if you got a beard. I was working with the EMTs, running the ambulance or whatever, and there was a lot of conflict. You got to be good at what you're doing if you're going to if you're going to buck the line like that. Otherwise, it ain't going to happen. So there's that. That's that's where we're at there. And the other question was, have I always been a cook, or have I always cooked? And pretty much as far back as I can remember, even as a youngster, like 8, 9 years old, I was making like cheesesteak sandwiches or whatever, and I was halfway competent at the stove. I used to watch my grandmother and my grandpa and other people that were cooking, and I just kind of picked up on it. Now, the old miss, yeah, she wasn't one for cooking, not really. She didn't like to, and she wasn't really good at it because she didn't want to. There were a few times, like a few dishes that she liked to make, like for holidays, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and she cooked storm up on that. Dressing and sweet potatoes with way too much marshmallow and brown sugar and stuffing or dressing goes in the turkey. She want to have a glazed ham and a turkey and all the sides and all the stuff. And she would spend 2 or 3 days cooking for the holiday. And it was almost always really good. But the rest of the year, I can remember coming home from work and the kids would be meeting me at the door going, Daddy, Mommy cooked. Can we have pizza? She made a stew one time. And bless her heart, she admitted it all the time. But she made a stew, and oh my God, it was inedible. So we took it out and we fed it to the dogs. Next morning, all 3 dogs had run off. Cross my heart. I swear it's the truth. Now, I don't know, some of y'all been around my channel for a while know that I don't like egg whites. And when I make up my egg salad, I chop that stuff up and make it so you can't see the white at all. And it's just that's what I want. Well, she thought she would shortcut that process. She put the eggs and the mayonnaise and the onion and everything in a blender, and she whipped it up. It took 3 dozen eggs, 3 dozen hard-boiled eggs to absorb all that liquid that she had made up. Oh man, I had egg salad for a month. It was unbelievable. I mean, I love egg salad. Don't get me wrong. It probably wasn't a month looking back, but it was a good 2 weeks that we had egg salad for lunch and egg salad on crackers and egg salad sandwiches for breakfast. So yeah, I've always liked to cook. I like to eat. I mean, imagine that. And I like decent, stick to your ribs type food, and that's the type of stuff that I like to cook. I like to cook cheeseburgers. I like to make macaroni and cheese. I like to make like real macaroni and cheese, like 5 cheese macaroni and cheese with the white sauce, and really go to town. Potatoes au gratin, make up a real cheese sauce to go with the potatoes. I'm not real good I'm not a good baker. I can do a pie crust if I have to. I can make biscuits fairly easily. I also make a heck of a mess. I don't cook as much for myself because I don't like cleaning up the mess afterwards. When the kids were little, not a problem. I would mess up a kitchen, make up dinner, and then they would clean it up. No, Dad cooked. Y'all get out there and clean up. You do the dishes, you wash the table, sweep the floor, do the whole thing. Wipe that stove down. But I mean, remember now, I had 4 kids, so they can go out and help themselves, along with doing the laundry and whatever else. And I like to experiment in the kitchen. Sometimes it drives my son-in-law crazy. He's like, I never know what I'm going to, what kind of crazy concoction you're going to have. Well, 99% of the time, he goes back for seconds, so it works out. There have been a few where I've really messed up, but I take a recipe like taco salad. Excuse me. We had taco salad at some event that we took the girls to. They were doing cheerleading and whatever, but one of the parents had brought taco salad, and it was really good. So I got the recipe for it, and then it was like, this one doesn't want onions, this one doesn't want celery, and this one doesn't want that, and it ended up making. I mean, by the time I was done, I basically had 5 pounds of hamburger, a bunch of taco seasoning, 2 pounds of cheese diced up, onions, peppers, and then 2 big bags of Dorito chips. That was it. I mean, there wasn't any corn, there wasn't any beans, it was seasoned meat, cheese, and chips. But it would disappear. I mean, it would disappear. That's why I had to make 5 pounds at a time. It'll still disappear if I make it. And then, of course, like having 4 kids, you like to keep things inexpensive. I mean, I've used those 5 for $1 back then. boxes of macaroni and cheese, and threw other stuff in to make it taste a little better. But cornbread, Jiffy cornbread. The kids didn't like cornbread; it was too dry. So it's like, all right, but I can get like 4 boxes for $1. So uh, I'd take 2 boxes and I'd mix it up the way the directions said, and then I would add peanut butter and oatmeal. Excuse me, a can of peaches, or some frozen strawberries, or whatever fruit cocktail, and they'd cook that up. The kids loved it. They eat it up. It was almost a portable meal. You know, they take a big old chunk of it and go to the bus stop, and people do, their friends be like, "Oh, what's that? What's that? Bring me some." So that's another one that still gets eaten if I make it up and take it to a family get together. So yeah, kind of there you go, getting off the main topic, yakety yak yakking. So, uh, but yeah, I've pretty much always been able to cook. I've always liked to cook, and I guess because I like to eat, I like to cook. I just don't like to clean up afterwards. So, anyway, I guess that's about it. This will be another fairly quickie, right? What do we got going on? Yeah. So, let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. You want to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I'll have links in the description box wherever that happens to be on your device of choice. I also have links to similar videos, and you'll find my email and my snail mail and yada, 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 yada. So, yeah, if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Swanchy, y'all. Bye-bye.